likely on the list. It feels
Lively.
yes, yes. Thank you. Now that you know Clay is 71st, do you think Derek Lively's ahead of him?
No, but he will be at the end of this season.
Ooh, interesting. I agree with Mike. I would know he's not there yet, but he should be.
Let me put him at 81.
Okay.
Throw out a number.
88.
Alvin Harper, Michael Irvin.
Okay. The number 81 player on the list, Miles Turner. Number 80, Isaiah Hartenstein. Stein.
All right. He's better than both of those
You
ones.
think he's better than Miles Turner? I think he will be.
No,
Is he
actually.
today better than Miles?
Hartenstein, I think, better, but not.
Yes,
not.
I'm with you on that. So I would put him in between 81 and 88.
So you will find this interesting. He is number 56
Oh my
on
gosh.
ESPN's list.
Respect.
Lively wasn't on the, here's the blurb from Tim McMahon, I believe. Lively wasn't on this list a year ago when he was considered a raw project entering his rookie season. He quickly established himself as an essential part of the Mavs core. So 56, and that's about as high as I would have conceivably guessed. I'm not saying Derek Lively's not awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not going to get awesomer, but that's a really high number.
That's
I
higher
do
than
think-
I could think.
That's right behind Jaren Jackson.
That's
I
an
like
88.
it. I think they're adding to how much potential he has.
Agreed.
And what he was able to accomplish as a young 20-year-old in the playoffs.
We'll tackle that more in depth tomorrow, Mike, because I think you're really onto something there.
That's great news. I will say watching the preseason game, it's only a preseason game, and it's one preseason game. Quentin Grimes looks like he might have more of an impact than I thought, and Najee Marshall might not have as big of an impact as I thought. It's a preseason game. I don't want to go off that. I'll go off the first 10 games. Like, give me 10 regular season games, and they're both playing without Luka.
Yeah.
We know how much Luka dominates the ball more than anybody in the history of the NBA. Like, that's a fact.
Yes.
I'm not making that
No,
up. He
you're right.
literally dominates the ball more than anybody in NBA history.
Oh, God.
So for
Trying to keep their base.
We have priorities. We can do book appearances and other stuff later. Right?
I'm gonna just scrub that on my real time.
Right by a stranger I didn't know in the woods.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
And so, and the thing is that I wrote books about this stuff, and I just haven't got them published yet. I can't. I have a publisher, but I don't have like the money to publish it. But because I think the story has to get out.
Let me say
Yeah,
this.
Scott, let us help you on this.
You know what happens when we're abused is, I talked a little bit about it on a very light scale opening the show today, but we put things into containers. Remember our first caller? She said, yeah, well, I have like a, yes, okay, so you get that, don't you? And so we have these filing cabinets that have a lot of pain in them. But I think just from the short time we've been with you, I think what happens is when you start to feel deep feelings, I think you start talking about the filing cabinet and you want to put a bow on it and you want to write a story and a book about it instead of having to open it up with someone like myself or Dr. Jackie or Chris. So you can actually get that horrific hurt, fear, and sadness out of that. And because filing cabinets can be closed, we kind of bop into relationships and then we get confused as to why they're not working. But you have a ton of pain inside that I don't think's been processed, because I think you may even fear the depth and the breadth of the emotions that are going to come with that. So I hope that you'll stay on the line, Scott, and that we can get you
Hey, if you haven't
connected to a
subbed, please
counselor.
sub. I appreciate it. I'm close to my goal for this month. Then I'll set a new goal next month. But yeah, I'm just silent right now. I just finished studying for the last 2 hours, so my brain's kind of just processing all the stuff I just went, put in my brain and notes I've taken. And I got to get some lunch here, go home and get some lunch and go back out, go to the library for a couple hours and get some more notes. I might be do a practice exam as well. Figure out which one I want to do. Maybe do the notes, practice exam, then do the notes. But either or, I'll have to do either one of them. Maybe do notes tonight, just do my practice exam at the library, like about an hour and a half. I'm not talking because I just, my brain's just kind of not there right now. Yeah, so if I got this,
Because I want
this,
you
this 1,000-mile stare on my face is kind of just how I look after taking an exam, especially something else I exam.
in bed with. We call it non-romantic, non-sexual
Yeah.
intimacy.
But yeah, so I'm good. I'm all right. Just gotta get something to eat, a little hungry.
Not only do we learn not how to do relationships,
some watermelon
but
and
relationships are primarily painful. And so when we get into
hot
it,
dog
it's
with relish.
unending, confusing power battle of two people trying to gain control over the other and hurting each other. And usually when we put in the extra ingredients and energy of a sexual or romantic connection with it, it raises the stakes, but all it does is fuel the potential hurt. It makes it less safe rather than more safe. So that's
Yeah, so I don't even know what really that looks like.
that's great. I'm going to make a strong suggestion to you. I'm going to suggest that you attend Every Man's Battle.
Yeah, I heard that. I actually had the book, I think, but
Yeah.
I don't really get
I should
anything
go
like that.
laundry.
Well,
Now, where'd you say that was?
It's in Orange County. Get out of the Northeast. Come to Orange County. It's coming right up November 1st.
California,
This time around. So,
I don't know if I can afford that.
well, check to see if there's we have scholarship available for that. So I know that there's travel and expenses, but whatever you can do, the return on investment there can be invaluable for you.
Well, I know investing in myself is pretty good.
That's it, and that's what we're asking.
Investing in
for.
yourself.
Get into
That is number
counseling.
one.
Let's get to Every Man's
Invest in
Battle,
yourself.
and let's continue this
Awesome.
road and this journey of healing.
Anyway, hey, it's lunchtime. I gotta take a break before I go back to the library. I just left Black Rifle Coffee.
Painful,
Black Coffee
trauma-bonding
Rifle,
relationships.
something like that.
So,
I
Scott,
gotta study for a little
we love
bit.
you. We care for you.
Now I'm
We
headed back
want
to
what's
the,
best for you.
Get my lunch.
And we're gonna be
Then I'll log back
right
on a little
after
bit
this.
later. I don't want y'all watching me. I'm about to go in the house. My dog crazy. Anyway, hey, I'll get back to y'all in a second.
Balance of Nature